also got the TCR boat that he runs in the 600 horsepower category, which you'll see racing later on today. So Scotty, a very busy man. He runs a very successful catering business. He's a busy man, and it's great to see him out on the water. Tell you what, you're going to get plenty of action here, folks. This is our sighting lap, so we'll just run through the boats as they come down into the bottom turn now. I can pick up Big Mark the Russian there. That's the bad boy, the limited edition, a special edition, I should say, on the inside. That's the all blue boat, and then there's the other craft there outside him, which is Patrick the Koala boy. We've got Risky on the outside of them, then on the money with Paige Majeski. We've got Ryan Chan there at Ray Tang in the Punisher on the far outside. You can see the Easy Craft boat there as well, just sneaking through the inside of the finish boy there. On the inside of them, the red boat is the Tomcat. The loose wind just out the back there. So the green boat running hard up there on this sighting lap. Up through the middle is the Yeah Nah machine with Harry Backer and Vince Prieto. So start boat will bring them up and around off the sighting lap here, and then you'll pick them up and bring them down for a start. They're going to start down the back straight away, heading towards Cunningham Pier. So if you look across to your left of screen, or left if you're here on site, you'll see the two yellow buoys there between the one to the right and then the one down near Cunningham Pier. They're going to get let go between those two buoys. So won't be long now till we see a race start. Great field of boats. Going to be some hard and fast racing in this one. This boat, all these boats limited to the 65 mile an hour bracket. Which is pretty quick on water, about 120 kilometres an hour. Russell Embleton, race director, just confirming that we are in a start sequence. Start boat now, yellow flag is up. Tomcat straggling out the back there a little bit. So out of pole position we got Giggle, and out of two, special edition. Mohican out of three, the Yeah Nah out of four, out of five will be Loose Wind, out of six Eden Craft, out of seven will be Punisher, out of eight is Risky, on the money out of nine, and out of pole 10 on the far outside of me the Tomcat, the old girl, with Scotty Richardson on board. Big welcome to everybody at home and around the world as well as we go live with GP Hydro live streaming. Big thank you to Paulie on camera. Give us a wave, Paulie. Good on you, mate. And of course, Scotty Lambert doing the hard work on in the studio there as well. So if you are wanting to catch this on the live stream, or you've got friends that want to watch GP Hydro live streaming via Facebook, you can also get on board via my page, which is Bisho Media, and you can also jump on the Offshore Superboat Championships. And if that's not good enough for you, you can jump on the Australian Offshore Powerboat Club Facebook page. So if you miss it, there's something wrong in your head and you're not very good at it. So hope you enjoy, everybody at home, as we are about to kick off this 65 mile an hour category race number one. Round number two of the Australian Offshore Superboat Championships here in beautiful Corio Bay, Geelong. White flag flying high, and the starters will be looking for a nice line-up. And go is the call, and we are away and racing. The rooster tails come up, and it is an absolute sea of white water out there at the moment as the boats fire away. Looks like the Yeah Nah got a pretty good start. In fact, on the outside there is Risky getting a very good run at it as well. We've got the bad boy, the Craft in there. In fact, both Crafts, the special edition on the far inside, having a really good run down in there as well. And the Mohican on the outside of him. So, they're all over the shop as they come down this Cunningham Pier straight away now. And we fire down in. They start to try and settle themselves down up in that 65 mile an hour mark. So no one's going to get a big break here. All these boats running as hard as they can at the moment. Looks like the two Cuda crafts, the Mohican and the Special Edition, doing a great job. I can see Tomcat out the back jumping and leaping. Risky having a great run. So too's on the money on the outside as they fire down into turn number 2 for the first time. So it's the big Cuda craft. Marco Russian on board. Giggling on the inside, running on pole 1 there as they tip them into the port turn down here in Corio Bay and fire through for the first time. So, Grace Order, Special Edition, back to Giggling. Then it's Risky, on the money, Mohican, the Yenar, Eden Craft, the Punisher and Tomcat. And out the back, maybe a problem there. Loose wind off the face at the moment. Up into turn number 3 for the first time. And it's the big Eden Craft. The Special Edition, the twin 300 horsepower Mercuries. He's managed to get onto pole. Looks like Giggling still. Big Mark Sutherland there with his son Liam on board. They poke into second spot there as he's trying to run hard on the pins. Risky comes around the outside of him. Risky having a good go at him. You get, white water everywhere as they come down through the bottom turn. This boat's getting hosed off everywhere. The Eden Craft had a real big swim and a douse off there as the Mohican gave them a bit of a hose. Now they try and sneak up the inside of the Mohican, so it's all going on in the middle of the pack at the moment. They come down into the right-hand dogleg. Special Edition out in front. Then it's back to Risky, Giggling. Then it's on the money. And then you can throw a blanket over Mohican, Eden Craft. And on the inside there is the Yenar. So up through the dogleg we go, and I'll tell you what, this battle's going on all over the pack here at the moment. We got loose wind that just has come through as well in all the excitement that was going on in the middle of the pack. Just missed Stevie Polton just coming through the start-finish area there, but he heads off and heads down towards the dogleg, a long way back at the moment. Injured his back in the last round, so let's hope that's not giving him any grief, but doing a good job all the same. Rest of the field now heading down into the bottom turn. You can see the Yenar on the outside, trying to have a little bit of a go around the outside. The Eden Craft, they're doing a good job, the boys in Eden Craft, and they've just got Koala Boy out in front of them in the Mohican. Now that boat's throwing quite a big rooster tail. He's got plenty of trim into that boat, but it certainly looks a lot more settled. We just see Stevie Polton just going down into the dogleg at the bottom of the screen there as well. So Mohican looking very, very good as well now, as that boat had a few issues coming into today's round, but he had a few handling problems at the last round. Looks a lot more settled now. On the money there, Hayden Wazewski on the inside, and you've got Giggling just in front of those two guys as well. So it's Special Edition, back to Risky, back to Giggling, on the money, and Mohican. Far inside is Eden Craft as well, so there's really nothing in this at the moment. Big Mark the Russian has got the big twin rig wound up and firing away, and the big Cuda Craft, the Special Edition, they've got a good break now. I just hope that their GPS reads the right numbers when they come back in. Risky, have a look at Risky there, Captain Risky himself having a little bit of a chine walk as he comes down through the bottom turn. Got a 007 out in front, Special Edition, back to Risky. Now Giggling having a little bit of a look on the inside of them, these boys. Just trying to work with what they've got at the moment, but here's where the real battle is. You've got on the money Eden Craft, on the outside is the Mohican, and the Yenar doing a great job there as well in the Razor Craft. Next boat to come through is Ryan Shan and Raymond Tang in the Punisher. Another Eden Craft, so it's a field full of Eden Crafts. And the old girl. This boat's nearly as old as me, and that's pretty old. The driver's even older. Scotty Richardson having an absolute ball out there. He'll jump out of this boat and into his big boat for the next race. So he's got a couple of big days on his hands, as he always does. Tell you what, I got Big Tony Lowe up here in the commentary box with me. He's pretty excited to see that Spectre doing a nice job out there. How old would the design be? I'd say it was originally built from a timber boat Spectre, which was probably late 70s, mid 70s, and then flopped and made a fiberglass version. And there's quite a few around. How many did you build, Lowy? About 12, and then I think one or two built after you as well out of the same mould. So maybe 13 or 15 out there that probably not all of them have survived, but great to see. Risky, brand new paint job on it too, and they're doing a great job with that boat. It looks fantastic, and I tell you what, it's going just as good. That's Mark Captain Risky Swain and Joshy Boshing. Josh looks like Ned Kelly. He's got the big beard going on. Stevie Polton, he looks like he's ramped up the pace a little bit now. This is one of the superclass hulls, running the Mercury Racing 250 XS. As I said, he finished back in the last round, so it's good just to have Stevie out there and running around. He also ran last weekend at Lake Charm in the circuit racing at the Archie Reid Memorial, and doing a good job out there in the loose wind. Probably got a bit of loose wind with his sore back, potentially. Those of you watching at home and around the world, we are at Corio Bay in Geelong, Victoria, Australia, and we are absolutely blessed. What a beautiful part of the world. A nice little crowd starting to build down here. Is everybody enjoying the racing so far? They've all gone bananas, Lowy. Oh, there we go. We're getting thumbs up. Excellent. Fantastic. We'll stick around because the big bangers are coming out to play after this one. This is just a nice little tasty warm-up. I tell you what a great field of entry-level boats, which really bodes well for the sport. Offshore lacked entry-level for very, very many years, and now it's back, open cockpit racing, and in a safer environment with a 65-mile-an-hour limit, and doing a great job out there is Mark the Russian in the big special edition. Amy Preston doing navigation duties in that particular boat. Then it's Captain Risky running into second. The Giggling still all over their trance, and their mirrors are full of giggle, and they won't want to let up one little bit. Have a look at this. We've got a little bit of a breakout from this crew here. So up into fourth place is Hayden Wazewski there on the money, and then you've got Mohican and Edencraft running in behind him. Then it's the Hell Yeah, the Yeah Nah. Too many boats with hell in their name. There's a Hell Yeah in ski racing. This is the Yeah Nah. It's a Razorcraft, and they're doing a great job in this little boat. The boys out there running very, very nicely indeed. It's Harry Baker and Vince Prieto. And then behind them is Ryan Chan and Raymond Tang in the Punisher. Tomcat coming down through the bottom turn as well as we watch all the boats go up through the back into the dogleg. Through the dogleg we go, and it looks as though we've got Risky still holding off England pretty well here at the moment. Special edition's going to be hard to beat from there as we watch the Sutherland boys just having a bit of a chine walk actually down through the dogleg there. Big Sumo Sutherland working very hard behind the wheel, trying to catch Captain Risky here at the moment. So it's Spectre versus Force out on Corio Bay here at the minute as they fire up into the top end of the course. See the Mohican there, they've just come down through the dogleg, and they're just holding off the Edencraft boys here at the moment. Edencraft looking fantastic on the water. Robert Adamo and Steve Follis doing a great job. That's running a pair of 300 horsepower Mercury Verados, focusing in now on the Yeah Nah. And really good to see these boys up and about. Both looking absolutely spectacular. Love the green machine, the Yeah Nah, doing a fantastic job there. Harry Baker and Vince Prieto. Up through the back end of the course. Stevie Polton still working away there, and we're focusing in on now. So Stevie Polton just being rounded up by race leader, so that's a lap being put on him now. So Big Mark getting the job done in the special edition. And I'm sure it's all about Amy there at the moment. Amy Preston, she's a braver woman than I. I'll give you the tip. Then it's Risky, still having this enthralling battle with Geelong. So Geelong probably in a slightly, an interesting position because they can actually dictate a little bit from behind. They're going to try and sneak up the inside. The key is to run the tight line here in these races. Obviously, you can't just put the foot down and squirt the boat up to 75 miles an hour. So you need to go the shortest way around the track that you can, particularly with these smooth conditions. Risky comes past Loose Wind and Geelong do the same. And the rest of the field down through the bottom end of the course with the On the Money, the Mohican and the Eden Craft. This is a good three-way battle going on between these guys now. And Eden Craft looks absolutely beautiful. Tell you what, if you want to come offshore racing, as you can see, they don't have to be specific offshore racing boats. You can if you want, but you can also bring your fast fishing boat along or your fast ski boat and come and join in the fun and the action here at the Australian Offshore Superboat Championship. The Razorcraft comes through, the ENR, Harry Baker, Vince Brunetto, and then the Punisher just outside them with Ryan Shan and Raymond Tang on board. That's running a single Mercury 250. Ryan running two boats here this weekend as well. He's also running a Velocity boat, the Race Marine, in the 85 mile an hour category. So another driver that will be on double duties here this weekend. The old Tomcat doing a great job out there at the moment. Probably a little bit smooth for the Tomcat. He probably would have liked a few more bumps, but the old girl's getting along quite nicely. Hear the foot go down. Just trying to keep under that 65 mile an hour limit. A lot of these boats are capable of a fair bit more than 65 miles an hour.
Don't lift the camera up so high. That's it. Stay on those boats there, right in front of you.
So 13 minutes into this race at the moment. And we'll go through the order. Special Edition leading, Risky in second, Geelong third. On the Money running in fourth place. Mohican into fifth. Into sixth is Eden Craft, Yenar. Then the Punisher, Tomcat, and Loose Wind running in 10th spot. Everybody's still running strong, which is great news. Just focusing in. Tomcat just going up through the dog leg there at the moment and just focusing in now on Special Edition. It's Mark, the wild man, the Russian. He threw himself out of this boat here last year at this particular event. Had a big hook and a big spin, and I don't think he'll want to be doing that again. I'm sure Amy doesn't want him doing that. I'll give you the tip. Look at him running hard on the turn boys there, nearly just glancing the turn boy, just running the shortest possible line that he can. So 30-minute event this one, and this is still the battle of the row. Well, there's a couple of battles going on, but I'm pretty intrigued by this one. We're coming up to almost half race distance. 30-minute race this one. We're at 14 minutes and 35 seconds. And it's Risky holding out Geelong. And then Mohican. Have a look at the trim into the Mohican boat. And have a look at the Koala boy giving the crowd the big thumbs up as he comes through. He's having an absolute ball out here on Corio Bay. On the Money on the outside of him and Eden Craft. You want to concentrate on what you're doing, son, because Hayden Wazewski will be all over you like a fat kid on a cupcake. If you make a mistake, I'll give you the tip. Up into the top turn, they fire. The Yenar machine looking fantastic. This Razorcraft. Fantastic boat. I haven't seen it run before, but they're doing a great job in this particular machine. Harry Baker and Vince Brunetto sitting up there. Beautiful bit of gear. Running the Mercury 300, single 300 on that boat, the V8. And then the Punisher, Ryan Shan. running his boat and trying to make a little bit of ground with Raymond Tang in the navigator's seat. Stevie Polton runs through, ticks off another lap. Looks like the back's hanging in there at the moment in the loose wind. Superclass hull running the 250 XS Mercury there. And as you can see, even on a smooth day, starting to just chop up a little bit, even for the smaller boats. These washers get out there and make them quite a challenge to drive. Great man now, Scotty Richardson coming down in the Tomcat. Tony Lowe, who has been watching this boat race for about 40 plus years, says that that's about the fastest he's seen it go. So that's a credit to the old girl. I hope she hangs together. Pretty solid old boat, that one. You'll be hard pressed to break it, I think. You'll probably break the driver more so. He'll have his Zimmer frame waiting at the boat ramp, and you know, they'll wheel him up to his wheelchair and send him off to the next boat to get in.
Come down to this very corner
So back shoot now, and it is still a special edition doing a beautiful job.
coming around the corner.
Big Mark just doing a fantastic job. Absolutely passionate about the sport, this guy. He builds scooter crafts down there in Malakuta. Well, I'll tell you what, race on Sunday, sell on Monday is his motto. And he sold a lot of boats out of his very, very successful performances in offshore powerboat racing. You're going to see this boat out in the next race as well. This boat running a pair of quad overhead cam 4-valve per cylinder V8 Mercury, 300 horsepower per engine, so 600 in total. And he's doing a great job. Here's this battle going on between Risky and Giggling. So Mark Swain and Josh Bossing and Mark and Liam Sutherland. Fantastic racing. Tell you what, Koala Boys got it a little bit wound up. Have a look at the Eden craft down through the bottom there, trying to run that tight line, just trying to sneak up the inside of On the Money, Hayden Wojciechowski. Tell you what, the Eden craft's coming for him. He's going to want to be on his game here. He's got Shorty Oliver in the navigator's seat. He wants to be looking over his shoulder and not letting those boys up the inside. But I tell you what, at the moment, great effort too from Hayden, because he actually barrel rolled this boat last week up at Lake Charm at a circuit boat meeting. And it's a fantastic effort to have got his act back together, got the boat dried out, repaired. I'll tell you what, he's taken pole position there too. You can see the Eden craft, they dropped out to the outside pole, but they've come back in again. They're really having a go. The problem with coming back in there is they're going to be on the outside for the right hand dog leg. You've got to try and get them up the inside in these 65-mile-an-hour races. Ryan Chan a little bit out the back door, but what he has done is he's got around the Yanar boat. So Yanar now has just dropped down a position. So Punisher goes above the Yanar. So let's run through the race order at the moment. We've got Special Edition, Boat 07 in first position at the moment. Risky running in second position. Giggling into third place. Mohican running in fourth. In fifth is On the Money. In sixth place, Edencraft. The Punisher in seventh. Eighth place is the Yanar. Tomcat in ninth. And Loose Wind rounding out the field in 10th position at the moment. So great racing going on all over the course here at Corio Bay at the moment. How good's the weather? Geelong has absolutely turned it on for us. I tell you what, here last year I was standing here shivering in the freezing cold and the rain. But it's definitely come good. Stevie Polton, he's running that wide line. He knows he's a little bit off the pace. Probably that back giving him a little bit of trouble in the loose wind. He just let Scotty Richardson sneak up the inside and put a lap on him. Stevie P now comes back in on the pole line, and Scotty Richardson will be pretty excited that he put a lap on Steve there. Good effort from the Tomcat, the old girl, getting the job done here beautifully on Corio Bay. Perfect clear conditions here today. Visibility is at 100%. That little bit of breeze just blowing away the sea mist and just putting that little bit of light chop on the water as well, which is great for the boat. It gets them sitting up and pitter-pattering away a little bit, but I tell you what, not too many people are going to get near this bloke at the moment. This is the special edition. Mark the Russian and Amy Preston. And here we go. This is the battle we've been talking about, Chloe. And have a look at this. Giggling, Mark and Liam Sutherland just moving up alongside Risky. And I tell you what, these boys are absolutely going at it. Hammer and Tom, gunnel to gunnel, side by side, deck to deck racing. Here on Corio Bay for round number 2 of the Australian Offshore Superboat Championships. And it's never over until that overly well endowed lady sings. We've got about 9 minutes to run in this race. And they fire up into the top turn, and it is on. Giggling going to make their move now on Risky. Can they get the job done? That's the question. Mohegan into 4th place there. Then it's on the money at Edencraft. They're having a little bit of a battle as well. On the money, really needs to keep an eye on that Edencraft. Just having a little bit of a look up the inside of them. Up through the dog leg for the special edition. I tell you what, there's battles going on all over the course here at the moment. The Edencraft boys really running that tight line. Lots of spray going everywhere. They actually lost a little bit of ground up through the top turn there. They chopped and changed and lost a little bit to the on the money. Now the Punisher comes through. Another one of the beautiful Edencraft hulls. Raymond Tang, the navigator, and Rhino Rihan Shad doing driving duties in that particular boat. The ENR, they come through. These boys, they lost a lot of ground. I'm not sure if something happened. They were actually in front of the Punisher a couple of laps ago, and then they came through on the last lap and they were a fair way down on the Punisher. So, not sure whether they had a little bit of a moment or a hook, or whether they lost the kill switch or something, but it looks like it's up and going beautifully again now, and it's certainly not off the pace. I reckon they might have had a bit of a moment. We'll have to try and find out about that one. Oh, just hearing a little bit of word. A little bit of chatter on the radio, folks, but there's 3 boats that look like they may have missed a turn, boy. I don't know which boats they are. Boats that look like they might have missed a turn, boy, but we'll call the race as it continues on at the moment. Special edition still leading, Risky in 2nd place at the moment, but Giggling is challenging them. In fact, they're only in 2nd position by probably almost a hose on Giggling now. Risky and Giggling. Giggling trying to come around the outside. Mark Sutherland really with the bit between his teeth now. Mark Swain looks across, the 2 Marks looking at each other, absolutely going at it as they go down the front chute now. This is the battle in the race at the moment between these 2 boats. Fantastic race, it just doesn't get better than this. Up into the top turn and Giggling pulls right up alongside Risky. Risky running that inside line, he's going the shorter line. Giggling having to run the outside and just loses about a boat length there as they come around the top turn. So down into the dogleg turn, and this battle continues, the battle royale now into the dogleg. This is where Giggling have the inside run, so this is where they need to make some hay while the sun shines. The Sutherland boys, the father-son combination of Liam and Mark, doing an awesome job in their F21 Force. with the older Spectre hull, doing an amazing job to hold them off. These guys are going to have grins from ear to ear, whoever wins out of this one. Giggling up the inside, and they get about a boat length there on Risky. So Giggling now just with about a nose in front of the Risky as they head up into the port turn at the top end of the course. So we'll run through the race order at the moment. We've got Special Edition, Risky and Giggling. Well, you can put a blanket over those two. Risky has actually got a little bit of a break there going up through the top turn, having that inside run. So it's Risky, Giggling, Mohican, On the Money, Edencraft, The Punisher, Yenar, Tomcat, and Loose Wind rounding out the field. Risky taking a couple of big hits as they go up the back straight away. Giggling still just right off their starboard back corner, and they pull up alongside each other again. This is absolutely side-by-side stuff from Risky and Giggling. These guys having an absolute ball out there at the moment, but it is hard and fast racing between these two. This is for second place at the moment. We have got 27 minutes and 10 seconds gone in this race. Won't be long now till we see a checkered flag. This is going to absolutely come down to the wire. This is desperate stuff now from these two boats. The other thing that we've got here is Mark the Russian has been overhauled by both of these boats. He's had a problem, ladies and gentlemen. I thought he's back on from the previous lap, but Mark the Russian has slowed down. He may have been one of the most convincing turn. I can't confirm or deny that at the moment, but he may have backed out of it. But the fact of the matter is, we've got the two lead boats going at it. Hammer and Tom, Risky on the inside, Giggling on the outside. Special Edition is back into third place now with a cloud over them about whether they've missed a buoy or not. Or has he got a problem? We don't know at the moment. We're going to have to find out. Patrick Koala Boy Boyle brings the Mohican through as well. He's got Hannah Searle in the navigator's seat with him, and he's popped up into fourth place at the minute. Then it's the Edencraft. They've got around the On the Money. So Edencraft have got over the On the Money boat. So we're going to see a last lap flag come out on this lap, folks. So watching up into the dog leg, so it's Giggling in front of Risky now. So Giggling has taken the lead for the first time in this race. They come around the outside of the Tomcat. So the traffic will play a little bit of a factor here. It'll be who can be as cunning and who can get the job done. Giggling gets a good break on Risky up through the dog leg, as they always were going to with that inside run. Risky now. They'll be absolutely shattered. They won't want to let the Giggling boat go. They've led them the whole race. As they come around the outside of the Tomcat. So new race leader, ladies and gentlemen, is Mark and Liam Sutherland in the Giggling. They won the first round. Up into the top turn they go. As they tip in now, Risky. There's probably about 5 or 6 boat links now back to Giggling. The Sutherland boys have waited and played the game. All placings are going to be subject to GPS readings by the officials at the end of this one, but we won't call that. We're going to call the winner as the winner across the line. Obviously, we'll be waiting on any penalties that may be dished out for some potential missed turn boys as well that we've heard about. So I'd recommend, even though what we call, from what we see here, you check the results later on once they're posted officially. You'll see them on the OSC Facebook page and the OPC Facebook page. Special Edition has thrown itself back up into the mix now, so frustrating for these two boats, but it looks like the Sutherland boys have burst out into the lead. well straight now, and I'm not sure what flag we're going to get here, folks. It is a checkered flag. Checkered flag will be produced, and I'll tell you what, this is going to be an amazing win. These guys have pulled it off. They're running around in third and fourth spot all race, and they've burst through into the lead. Put your hands together. Mark and Liam Sutherland win in Geelong, the 65 mile an hour. Back to Risky with Mark Swain and Josh Bossing. Third place will be Mark the Russian, and in the special edition with Amy Preston. The Tomcat, that'll be a 9th place there for the Tomcat. Into 4th place will be the Mohican, coming through, getting the job done just outside of the trophies with Patrick Boyle and Hannah Searle. Edencraft up into 5th place. Great job there for Robert Adamo and Steve Follis. Hayden Wojcicki in the On the Money with Shawnee Oliver come through and get the job done in the On the Money machine. Looks like they want to keep racing. So, final few boats now to come through. Don't forget, folks, at 2 o'clock we have our next race. Bigger boats coming out. This boat coming through is the Punisher. Ryan Shannon, Ramo Tang. Good run there from the boys. They'll need to find a little bit more out of that boat. Great racing there, and we're just waiting on Stevie P now in the loose wind machine. So we might have the yacht racing about to fire up after this as well, folks. So stick around and enjoy that. You will, won't you, Peter?
Focus the camera.
So big thank you to everybody that helped to put these races on. Stevie Bolt. We're sending our chief scrutiny is Pete Mashner, or Yoda, the guru, whatever you want to call him. And the chief GPS. That's going to break a few hearts, I reckon. That might change the entire complexion of this race. But ladies and gentlemen, after an injury in the last round, so great effort for Stevie P to get back out onto the water and get around. Good job in the loose wind. Stevie Polton does a great job. Well, folks, that wraps up race number 1 here at round number 2 of the Australian Offshore Superboat Championships. And we have got another race coming your way at 2 o'clock. For those watching at home, certainly hope you enjoyed that race. Come back and join us again on GP Hydro live streaming at 2 p.m. for race number 2. That's going to be our 600 horsepower category boats. It's also going to be our 85 mile an hour category boats. So might be a good time to go grab yourselves something to eat, a little bit of lunch, and we'll reconvene back here at 2 o'clock. We'll see you soon.